For centuries, it has been an undisputed truth. In a contest of speed, power, and raw athleticism, no human could ever hope to outpace a horse. This ancient belief, etched into our collective consciousness, speaks to the majestic dominance of the equine form. It is a notion deeply ingrained, a fundamental law of the natural world. But what if this truth, so long accepted, is merely a half-truth? What if, under the most brutal of conditions, the seemingly impossible becomes not just possible, but inevitable? This is a story of human endurance, a testament to an indomitable spirit that defies mere speed. It is a journey to uncover how, over extreme distances and through unrelenting challenges, the human body can triumph over the raw power of the horse. This is the ultimate test, where our innate persistence emerges victorious. Our story begins in the unassuming, rugged landscape of Llanrwyd Wells, Wales. There, in 1980, a simple conversation in a local pub sparked an idea that would forever challenge our understanding of athletic limits. It was a wager, a spirited debate fueled by ale, questioning whether man could truly compete with horse. From this humble origin, a legendary race was born. The Man vs. Horse Marathon was conceived not as a spectacle, but as a genuine exploration of physiological boundaries. It was designed to push both species to their absolute breaking point. The inaugural race in 1980 covered an unforgiving distance of approximately 35 kilometers, or about 22 miles. This was no gentle stroll through a park. The course was a brutal cross-country gauntlet. Competitors faced steep, winding hills that tested every fiber of their being. They navigated treacherous mud, dense forests, and narrow, winding trails. It was a terrain designed to punish, a landscape carved by nature to demand every ounce of strength and will. In those early years, the outcome seemed predetermined. The sheer explosive power and speed of the horses gave them an undeniable, immediate advantage. They galloped ahead, disappearing over hills and through valleys with breathtaking ease. For the human runners, it was a constant struggle. They battled against the clock, against the unforgiving terrain, and against the seemingly insurmountable lead established by their four-legged counterparts. Humans simply could not keep pace with the horse's initial burst. But as the kilometers stretched on, and as the race moved beyond the initial sprint, a subtle yet profound shift began to occur. The intense exertion and relentless pace started to take their toll. What initially appeared to be a dominant lead began to shrink. The turning point often came with the impact of heat and sustained effort. Horses, for all their power, are surprisingly vulnerable to overheating. Their primary cooling mechanism relies heavily on their respiratory system, which becomes less efficient under prolonged stress and warmer temperatures. Herein lay the surprising human advantage. Our bodies, seemingly less powerful, possess a remarkable cooling system: sweat. Humans are equipped with millions of sweat glands, allowing for continuous and highly efficient thermoregulation. This seemingly small detail proved to be a decisive factor. As the horses began to falter, struggling with rising body temperatures and exhaustion, the human runners steadily gained ground. Their consistent pace, combined with their superior ability to dissipate heat, allowed them to slowly chip away at the horse's early lead. The initial sprint gave way to a grueling test of endurance, where human physiology began to truly shine. For nearly a quarter century, the horses maintained their unbroken winning streak. Year after year, despite the encroaching human challenge, the equine champions crossed the finish line first. It seemed the pub bet's original premise would forever hold true. But then came 2004, a year that would forever be etched in the annals of this extraordinary competition. The conditions that day were warm, challenging for both man and beast, yet perfectly suited for an upset. The stage was set for a monumental shift. On that fateful day, a name would rise from the ranks of human competitors to make history. Hugh Laub, with grit, determination, and an unwavering spirit, pushed past the limits previously imagined. He ran with a focus and tenacity that would redefine the race. Hugh crossed the finish line first, becoming the very first human to win the Man vs. Horse Marathon. It was an astonishing achievement, a moment of profound victory for human endurance. He had conquered the same 35-kilometer course under challenging warm conditions, proving the impossible was indeed within reach. His victory was not just a personal triumph, it was a revelation for the sporting world. It proved that the long-held belief in absolute equine superiority in all racing contexts was flawed. This single win shattered a myth and ignited a new understanding of human potential. Hulob's victory in 2004 was no isolated incident. It was the crack that broke the dam, opening the floodgates for a new era in the man versus horse marathon. Subsequent human wins confirmed that his triumph was not a fluke, but the beginning of a new pattern. The human ability to dominate these extreme races became increasingly apparent. Each new victory solidified the understanding that under specific conditions, our species held a distinct advantage. The dynamic of the race had permanently shifted. These recurring human successes consistently occurred under a specific set of circumstances. The races were always over long distances, demanding sustained effort rather than explosive speed. The terrain was invariably rough, punishing, and technically challenging, forcing constant adjustments and a high level of physical resilience. Crucially, warm conditions played a pivotal role in every human victory. The heat became the great equalizer, turning the horse's initial advantage into a debilitating weakness. It underscored the biological differences in cooling mechanisms between the two species. These factors converged to create the perfect storm for human endurance to shine. It was a clear demonstration that when the race moved beyond raw power and into the realm of sustained strategic effort, the human machine proved superior. The legend of the horse's invincibility had been permanently rewritten. The phenomenon of human endurance triumphing over equine speed was not confined to the valleys of Wales. News of the man versus horse marathon spread, inspiring similar ultra-distance challenges across the globe. The question of who would win over the long haul began to be asked in diverse landscapes. Ultra-distance races, ranging from 50 kilometers to 80 kilometers and even 100 kilometers, emerged worldwide. These events, designed to test the absolute limits of physical stamina, became the new proving ground. In these extended competitions, humans consistently outperformed horses. Consider the endurance challenges across the vast landscapes of the United States. In races spanning 50 to 100 kilometers, human runners have repeatedly demonstrated their superior endurance. These American events often feature diverse and demanding conditions, further highlighting our species' unique abilities. Key factors in these races, beyond just distance, include intense heat and significant elevation changes. These elements amplify the physiological stress, playing directly into the human advantage. As horses struggle with thermodynamics and the sustained effort of climbing, human runners maintain a more consistent pace. The emphasis in these ultra races shifts dramatically from pure speed to energy efficiency. Humans excel at maintaining a steady output over incredible distances, conserving energy and managing their internal temperature with remarkable precision. It is a testament to our specialized design for prolonged exertion. To understand why humans ultimately prevail in these extreme endurance challenges, we must look to our evolutionary past. Our ancestors, unlike many predators, evolved for persistence hunting. This ancient strategy involved relentlessly tracking prey over long distances until the animal succumbed to exhaustion and heat stroke. This deep evolutionary history has gifted humans with several key physiological advantages tailor-made for endurance. Our upright posture is a prime example. Bipedalism is incredibly energy efficient for sustained movement, especially over varied terrain. It allows for a more economical stride compared to the quadrupedal movement of horses over vast distances. Perhaps our most significant advantage is our unparalleled ability to cool ourselves through sweat. Humans possess a remarkably dense distribution of eccrine sweat glands, allowing us to dissipate heat continuously and efficiently from our entire body surface. This constant cooling mechanism is a game changer in extended high-intensity efforts, particularly in warm conditions. Contrast this with the physiological design of horses. While they do sweat, their primary cooling mechanism involves increasing respiration and panting. This process is less efficient than human sweating for prolonged activity, especially when carrying a rider or facing steep climbs. Their large muscle mass generates immense heat, but their cooling system struggles to keep pace over hours of exertion. As the race wears on, the horse's internal temperature rises to dangerous levels. They are forced to slow down, conserving energy and fighting against overheating. Humans, with their continuous evaporative cooling, can maintain a relatively stable core temperature, allowing them to sustain effort longer and recover more effectively. Our design is an endurance marvel. So, what have we learned from these incredible contests between man and horse? The answer is clear and profound. For short, explosive bursts of speed, the horse remains undeniably superior. Its raw power and swiftness are unmatched over brief distances, making it a true marvel of the animal kingdom. But when the race extends, when the terrain becomes brutal, And when the conditions demand unwavering persistence, the dynamic shifts. In the realm of ultra distances, the human body reveals itself as one of Earth's most remarkable endurance machines. Our incredible design for sustained effort, combined with our unique physiological cooling system, grants us an unparalleled advantage. This story is more than just about winning a race. It is a profound testament to the human spirit. It speaks to our inherent resilience, our refusal to quit, and our incredible capacity to adapt and overcome. It is an inspiring narrative about the power of the human will, pushing past perceived limitations. It reminds us that the human spirit, armed with grit and determination, can conquer even the most formidable challenges. It proves that our potential is often far greater than we dare to imagine. It is a powerful message for every athlete, every individual facing an uphill battle. Remember this simple truth, forged in the crucible of extreme endurance. When the race is short, animals win. When the race is extreme, when the challenge is truly profound, when the limits are pushed beyond imagination, humans do.